Alright, hello everybody, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV's Endwalker. So, this will be the intro that I'm using for it for a while, guys, just because I'm probably going to be playing this straight and probably won't have time to do intros and outros. So, I hope everybody here enjoys, and thank you for watching this, and let's go ahead and start it right up. Alright, hello everybody, we're back again for another round of FF. So, fortunately, it's been, I think, a couple days since I've had a chance to play, but I do have a very staunch memory of what we dealt with. The individual himself, I probably don't remember, but it's a gentleman that is in charge of the 1st Legion, who is currently holed up inside a subway system underneath the ground here. Douchebag decided we're going to be dealing with stuff, we're going to have to fight some stuff, so currently, twins are both dealing with their collars on them that will shock them. They're like pets. And somehow my character didn't wear one, even though she probably is probably the most likely to have wore it, because look at the freaking ears. And that tail. But more importantly, we were able to find the Coryllium heater. So now we have Coryllium, so now they want us to do other stuff. So let's go ahead and talk to everybody over here. For some reason, Julius seems to be getting more and more friendly with us, so I think we might be able to convince him. Everything was built on an enormous scale and with thick, cleanly cut stone, much like Alma Road. Given what we know, such similarities are no coincidence. Well, if it's Emmett Salter was in charge, yeah, I can see it happening. The Warshama appears to be crawling the air of its own volition. I wonder whether it simply follows its original orders, or if now serves the Telephore. 1 second. Alright guys, sorry about that. I had to do another check. I had my audio for my headset not clicked in for OBS. I don't know what the hell happened. So I had to actually go and double check it again. Well, triple check it now. And that I was recording because I didn't want to lose any of this. Again, the goal is I want to record as much of this, and I don't want to have an F up, because then if I F it up, then I have to basically cheat a little bit to very quickly beat this game so that I can re-get to this part, so I can redo it. So I don't want to deal with that. So let's go ahead and talk to Julius. See, this place is littered with remnants of various types of Warshama. Or Warshinama, I don't know. Machinima, there we go. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time, that being now. Rather than prise them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. Now, the force everybody's advised relatively weak, I would advise you staying well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the machine's mechanized Coryllium gauge to see if there's any left. It should still provide an accurate reading even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use it close or not. Should you need more, come to me. Understood, let's get to work. Okay. So we're gonna run around and see this. According to the Garlean, this fuel tank is empty. No use. Fuel tank empty. Be broken, giving you no determination how much fuel it may hold. I'm just going to go ahead and use it because we can always get more. And you might as well check it. I mean, if it says empty, it says empty. If it's not empty, then who knows. Just means outer casing or retrieving Coryllium, then you find it completely empty. Great. Alright, I'm just going to move my way north and then come back. At least that's my opinion. That's how I work. I don't work south. You're broken, giving you no determination how much the tank may hold. Go ahead and use another explosive device. Okay, machine grown, you find it to be completely empty. Oh, that was a waste. Alright, so now I gotta go talk to Julius to get more. So, the one closest to us has none. We're moving our way north, so it's just a question of how much more we gotta go for. Actually, I wish he gave you more than 2. Also, if anybody else is curious why this is not here anymore, yes. Don't worry about it. I love it not being here, because now I can actually, like, visually see things without it there, and I am much happier. Just know that that's the only thing I have. It's freaking amazing. If you can get it, get it. Alrighty. Broken, giving no determination. I'm assuming none of these are actually going to give us an accurate reading. We just have to blow them all up in the hopes that we actually get Coryllium. You treat them more and find it still half full, or half empty. Depending on one's perspective. Either way, Julius will surely be pleased by your discovery. Now, the chances of one of these... Oh, wow, okay. I thought maybe they were going to have us do one more. I figured we'd just keep going until we had, like, a full tank. Yeah, but so far it's been pretty nice. I like actually not having that there anymore, because it clears up part of my screen. Now, I could have lowered the UI and made it, like, smaller, but then I can't see anything. And if I can't see anything almost, I'm assuming none of you can read it. More explosives. Wait, is that what I think it is? Yes, I give you more Shama's Corellium tank. Have fun with that full one. And again, truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait, where? Here, while I go and see how Alize and Alphen are faring. Oh, so I'm assuming we wait here for so long, and then over the course of time, we have to go search for them because twins are in danger. My character has to be freezing.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we?
Of course it's Thancred.
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen.
Okay.
After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel.
I love the fact that that's called the Tower of Babel.
An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
Me? Never.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Okay. I like the fact that Thancred went on ninja on this bitch.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all what I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Dick. She'll probably kick your ass.
It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Oh, it's Quintus, that's right.
Lord Quintus!
I flick him off.
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us.
What? Your people are sick, you can't fight.
My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, You are being watched.
I don't understand this. So you're gonna go fight instead of keeping your people safe? This guy has priorities wrong, man. He's gonna lose everything.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question.
Your people are malnourished and freaking freezing to death, bruh.
Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
He's an idiot.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Do as he says, everything will be right, have faith. I'm gonna say do as he says. They'll trust us. I trust Thancred. He doesn't want to do it. I think he's starting to learn.
Get them out of here.
Julius, I think he's starting to come around. He realizes, like, we're helping. I think he's starting to see that the first Quintus is not really having his mind all the way there. Are you really kidding me that you think you're going to put up a fight against these people when you know damn well you're going to lose? If not, that would be fine, providing they do not resist. Why'd you help us, you idiot? You'll accompany me back to your camp where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there's something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they serve will need to be transported here. That task falls Legionnaires Marcellius and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech Armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them when we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the IO for further details in those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. Wait a minute. That... Does Julius actually see the idiocracy in this? You again. Ascians, he said. So, that's the beat way of it, after all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, so be it, for the glory of Garlemald. That has to be some type of code words, because he has to be friends with some of these people, and they have to trust him. What do you want with me? Don't you dare flick that at me. Hasty Hill, so Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage as a ruthless mercenary, and yet to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready in the Emperor Varus for the glory of God, and I will fulfill my duty. Wait a minute, what? You idiots aren't going to do something really stupid and try to fight, right? Right? You can't be that dumb. You're not going to go in our camp, pull out your guns, and pretend like you're going to fight us, because I'm pretty sure everybody there will kick your ass. Unless he's trying to use it as an excuse to hurt the twins. I don't know. I don't know what the hell the plan is for them. I don't know. We'll find out with Julius probably soon enough. Have you done as instructed? What do you mean by ask the Isle? Their duties involve more transfer supplies, don't they? Duties rarely accept something. We have been given additional orders, though whether we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your contingent. You and I are in this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There is one other matter, a place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here, follow me. Is he gonna tell us something? I bet he wants to get us out of earshot of the place. Maybe he's gonna tell us something we need to know. Haha, screw you little slasher. You can't keep up with me even though you have 6 legs and my horsey has 4. You have no legs, so you suck. I'm very curious on how this is gonna work. I think is that the Reaper class? Maybe not. I did go ahead and get Reaper, by the way. Just for anybody who's curious. Although I had to pay money to get the other stuff unlocked. It's actually a pain in the ass. It cost me a fair bit of money, that's why I have 113,000 now. Because I had to get like all the level 70 stuff. Alright, I want to get as far away. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright, let's kill this thing real quick. I'll keep it away from everybody else, that way it doesn't affect them. Not that hard to kill this. Gone. Give me a moment, please. Oh, I bet this is his house. Julius lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on. Wait here? Yes. I bet I spawn back in, that stupid machine's back, and I die. This must be his house.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was, until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate.
Oh.
When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us? I'm Sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
It's no use. Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Lol.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people. One race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos. Searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, to see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions.
demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alice.
That is probably Thancred. Or Stinian. Oh, they're gonna lose everything. That's a no-no. You're under arrest.
The scouts have secured Alize and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return!
Stop! Both of you!
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted.
Holy crap.
That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies. Every word.
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Oh, he's not doing what I think he's gonna do, right? Oh my god, he is.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Oh my god, he did do it. Ooh. YouTube, I swear to God, I know nothing. I have no idea what the hell any of that means. That was, wow. We will make no attempt to resist. I bet you won't, young man. The Imperials charged upon us. We were able to avoid any serious injury to our side. In truth, most Garleans were in no condition to fight. Sunken eyes, hollow cheeks. It must have been a long time since they had a decent meal. Sure, they have much more amenable conversation with food in their bellies. I just returned from guarding the airships. Now I've got to keep an eye on the captured Imperials. Maybe a bit of chit-chat will help lighten the mood. We gave a grave error not to post sentries farther from the camp. Had we seen the Garleans soon, we could have slain them long before the truce was called. They engaged us of their own free will and deserve to die war's death. Until I've not forgotten why we are here, and I stay my hand. For now. Wait, did she have anything else? No, she didn't have anything else. Flip in! Thank goodness the 10th Legion decided to sue for peace. When they did, we had been spared more senseless bloodshed, which is the last thing anyone, including the First, needs. From their perspective, though, the promise of reinforcements was their last hope, and now they have no choice but to capitulate to the invaders. But we will prove them that all is not lost, and we yet stand a chance of casting out the Telophoroi. I mean, I kind of see where they're coming from. They kind of pinned their hopes against this. I mean, there's a lot of players here, but pinning their hopes pretty much on the side that that the other armies would come in, the other legions, and try to save Garlemald while the first put on a heroic defense of the capital. And the glorious other legions would come in and provide the reinforcements, the food, the relief. But in reality, they're fighting the same towers and enemies we were fighting. It's dwindling their reserves, and their country is completely in shatters. It has nothing uniting it because the conscripts they have do not feel loyalty towards the Empire for the most part. So it was bound to end in defeat. Much more has occurred since we last met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. I think he did. Oh, I get a hat. Fuck. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. Starving. Probably dead. They were prepared for war while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry, a reckless and short-sighted plan that risked the welfare of the people they are sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, we would only incite panic, but perhaps they can persuade to follow one of their own. Go with Julius back to have him lead the refugees here. Some may be unwilling or unable to leave, but for the time being, take what I can get. Alphino, Alzane, and scouts were sent to extricate them should already be at the station. I will also have our other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood. All I read from that is Julius seems to have pretty much given up. He was thinking, I think, under a similar ideal system that Quintus had, which is, again, he pretty much trusted Quintus's idea, which was the 10th, and the rest of the Legion was going to, again, come in and save Garlemald. And now knowing that the 10th, basically all the other legions surrendered. But more importantly, the 10th, who they said was going to reinforce them, they surrendered. So it ended in them having a total defeat. Again, I think what it really comes down to is, like, most of their civilization, or most of their empire, has been built on the idea that they did not have access to magic. And I think they have a deep-harbored distrust in other groups who actually have access to it. Again, I'm not going to sit there and preach that everybody in Eorzea amongst the other races across the globe here at the source are saints. They are far from it. There are a lot of bad, but there's also good. And it really comes down to the leadership. Everybody who is in charge of Eorzea's Grand Companies and Doma, for the most part, are very good people. Rulers come and go, but the ones that make a statement towards the conquest of empires, especially becoming rivals and fighting amongst each other, it's hard to let that go. I mean, you can see that even to modern day standards. It's very difficult for two nations who butt heads to really to communicate more effectively with one another if they haven't actually fought it out before. Like, the easiest way to describe it is World War I. Germany surrendered, but it was pretty much a bad taste in their mouth because when they surrendered, it was considered under better terms, and they harbored a lot of anger towards that. And then you count an economic slump, a lot of issues occur, yada yada yada. World War II begins, an idiot gets put in charge. Japan also had distrust from the Allies because they were treated as a second-class country, pretty much. Italy, not so much, but again, you had two groups that were already agreeing with each other. And then after we fought the war, everybody kind of came down to an agreement with one another, and there was no real arguments. What are you doing back here? Where are Julius and the others? Oh, I didn't expect you to arrive so soon. There's been a development. Perhaps you would best see for yourself. Tis a comfort to see thee none the worse for thy recent ordeals. Yeah, I got shot at by a freaking magic tech, and I didn't die. Hydaelyn and Julius. I want to call him Julius. I played way too much Saints Row 1. We arrived just before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What's happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties, then when he was alone, he went kapuya. No, he wouldn't. He felt disgraced. A lot of leaders do that. Thancred and the others assisted by the soldiers have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be offered a proper funeral. Or a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us where I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We are ready to commence the transfer of refugees here to Camp Broken Glass should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us want to live. Songs and standards be damned, we just want to live. We'll need to speak to refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If any would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see they reach our camp safely. Oh yeah, he doesn't know what to do mentally. He put all his trust in Lord Quintus, and Lord Quintus ended up doing the tightrope dance. What happened to his family? The first was all Julius had left. Now even that's been taken away from him. He's not alone in that either. There's comfort in having someone to follow, someone to lead. I actually do notice that... Oh yeah, that actually hides the UI up at the top too. That actually kind of sucks. There's a lot of flying animals. I do hope Eorzea continue to actually make some kind of difference around here. That's somebody who trusts us. For road cover, don't really worry. Things may get chaotic out there, but just take it slow and steady as you can, alright? Okay, so there's a lot of people that are... Seems like appearing to going to be following us. Excellent. At least two people. Possibly 3 to 4. Alright, as far as I'm concerned, I think we are going to end the episode right now. Main reason is because we reached well over 30 minutes. I think I have a 45-minute going on. I don't know if I want to do another episode today. I really am getting intrigued by this. I want to keep playing. Sure, we'll do one more episode. So this will be Future Demon, letting you... Well, actually, no, this is Current Demon. Letting you know Past Demon is always here for you. So, say hello to Past Demon as you give you the outro. Alright, everybody, this is Demon telling you goodbye. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of Endwalker. Again, I probably won't get too lucky and have too many openings because there's gonna be so many people playing Endwalker. So I'm doing a custom little outro for it this time around. So as I always sit there and say, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys then. Thanks.